Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price. But you knew that. Talking to you about you and your business. Delighted to have continued in my studio here. I almost said stadium, and it's not that big, though. But, you bring a stadium feel to what we do. Coach Bill Yeoman, the one and only, the winningest coach in U of H history, and probably one of the only, if not, how many coaches are in the Hall of Fame from U of H in the college football? I think you're the only one.
Dave Williams is in the golf.
Yeah.
And guys in it in the basketball.
Well, yeah, but you're the only one in football.
Right.
Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, very impressive, and delighted to have you here. And you served in a time where, U of H was always considered contenders for national championships, and you were a part of that. And, some of the most famous games in football, your battle with Notre Dame in the late 1970s. And,
I can live without that.
But it was impressive, though.
No,
it was incredible when you think about it in history.
I don't care. The guy was out of bounds and he caught the dadgum ball.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. I've seen the footage.
Yeah,
but, it's incredible. Those were huge moments in sports history, and you were there. You were not only in the front row, but you were the strategist behind much of that. What an incredible history you have.
No, we had a great time. The people at the university and the administration were wonderful. Like Harry Falk, bless his heart, he had to put up with a lot with me, and then add Dave Williams to that, and Guy Lewis. You got yourself a real problem.
Yeah.
But anyway, and Dr. Hoffman, the president, was a really pleasant person and a real good person to work with. So, I'm sure it could have gotten done in a number of schools, but I'll tell you right now, the University of Houston is serious in the what happened in the South, in the sports world. So it was a great experience, a great time, and that's why I stayed there. I'll tell you what, I had a good time, and the family had a good time, and that's really important.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the your bio here and some information about it. And I see 32 years of coaching in only 2 locations.
Well,
that's incredible. Do you know how extraordinary that alone may be the most impressive part of your resume? Don't you think?
Well, what it is what you're trying to get done. Are you trying to help kids? Are you trying to help schools? Are you trying to help communities? Or are you interested in helping yourself?
Right.
And if you're interested in the community, then you don't worry about going anywhere other than just doing a job where you are. Nowadays,
yeah, but sometimes a lot of those guys leave involuntarily. You never were asked to leave involuntarily.
Well,
that's the thing that made me most impressive.
It got closer for a while because I can remember we just didn't have quite what you had to have, and then the good Lord, which is what he always does, dropped a triple option on my head at practice one day, and that made the whole difference.
Yeah,
it was a different world. And when we go out and beat Ole Miss and beat Auburn and beat people like that, it's just, and only because of the triple option. Now, after you have the triple option and those backs in high school can see the kind of yardage that your backs were making, recruiting them was a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
A whole lot easier. And also, if you're beating Auburn in the Blue Bonnet Bowl and that kind of stuff, it's a different deal. Just really is.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the reason we did it is because the kids we had, of course, but then being able to run the triple option just was the Lord, provided that, and that's another one of the reasons why I don't care what you did. I didn't leave. He wanted me here. I'm going to stay here.
Yeah, there you go. Obviously, when you look back, it seems pretty clear. 4 Southwest Conference championships at a time when the Southwest Conference was, certainly one of the big 5 among conferences.
It was pretty serious competition. There's no question about that.
Yeah, it's incredible. Just amazing. What a phenomenal story. So today, it seems like every single front, U of H epitomizes excellence today. I'm just in awe
Coach, now let me tell
over
you
what's going on at that school. Not just in athletics, but in every single area. It's just incredible.
This president we have is a great lady and a real good president. And we're getting people in the administration, athletic administration, that know what they're doing. And it's just, it's a different. The thing that irritates me the most, which it always has, is they just don't want to compete with the University of Houston. Like when they let us into the conference, Now, I'll admit our kids were lathered up pretty good, and they wanted to do well. But to dissolve a conference that's been in effect for 90-some years because the University of Houston is winning too many of the conference championships is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's just totally ridiculous. And now then, you can say what you want to, but and the Texas people, some of them feel pretty seriously against the University of Houston, but there are a whole bunch of them that, feel the other way. And it would seem to me that one of the things you'd want to do if I was at Texas or A&M is, my Godfrey, compete with anybody.
Yes, absolutely.
And now if you got to run from a place like the University of Houston, you got a serious problem.
Interesting. That's an interesting take on that. So you think they should be in the Big 12?
I don't care. They should be playing Texas, Texas A&M, Texas Tech.
Yeah, I agree with that.
University of Houston.
Which means they should be in the Big 12.
They don't want to let us into their conference. All right, to heck with them. I don't care. But to not play them is just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And they're doing great things. The new coach is doing great things, and considering what he's had to work
I'll tell you,
with,
I am really encouraged because, I don't go to the practices because he doesn't need to have me out there hanging around. But I do look at the film of the incoming freshmen, and I go to all the games. And I'll tell you right now that he's going to give him another maybe year. They're going to be hard to handle.
Yeah, it'll be good to see the UCF game. Those guys are contenders. The Cincinnati game. It'll be good to see how
I'll tell you, Cincinnati is real good. They're playing 3 or 4 darn good football teams.
Yeah, they are.
And but I'm anxious to see how they do. But I think they've got some good kids. The coaches, I don't care. The coaches are doing a good job of recruiting. Now, if we can just get them, harnessed and going, we'll be okay.
Yep. And with about a minute, the stadium. Tell us about your thoughts on the new great stadium.
I tell you, it's super. They had to have it. It's a real good one. The vistas, the visions from the different places are going to be really good. You're going to be able to see what's going on with no problem. And it's just something we had to have.
Yeah. Coach, if you can swing me some tickets, I'll talk about you every single week on the show. But we have a special guest, Austin Glaw. He is the son of Carl, who helped make this interview happen. By the way, that's Glow, GLOCPAs.com. Austin, you are a junior. Is that right up there at the U of H? Talk real close in that microphone.
Yes, sir. I'm a junior at University of Houston. I'll be going into hotel and restaurant management for my major, and I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, and that school, for those who are not aware, shame on you if you're not aware, but that school of hotel and restaurant management is like an Ivy League school in terms of reputation. It has a phenomenal reputation when it comes to that area.
Let me interject because Michigan State is super big in that hotel and restaurant management, and I'm telling you, when you're recruiting on the road, it is great to have someone like that involved. In the school.
Absolutely. So, Austin, tell us about your U of H experience in about 30 seconds before we wrap it up.
It's been great. Everybody's been really helpful, and looking forward to finishing up and starting my career. All the tools have been given to me, and so it's very exciting.
Very good. All right. Thanks so much. That's Austin Glaw. And his dad didn't talk, which, again, we needed the airtime. That was Carl Glaw, but we'll get him back in the future to talk. And then the legendary Bill Yeoman. Great interview, Coach. Thanks so much for your time.
No, I appreciate it. Enjoyed it.
Yeah. You did a phenomenal job. We're blessed to have you here. I'm Kevin Price. You're listening to The Price of Business. More for you after this on Business Talk 1110.